Thanks for joining us on Midday. Day 13 of the double murder trial of former Low Country attorney Alex Murdaugh. Witnesses are once again describing the accused financial crimes of Murdaugh, which is what prosecutors say links the crimes all together. Our Greg Adaline is breaking down the latest from Walterboro. Greg.
Good afternoon to you, Intisar. We just heard from Annette Griswold. She was a paralegal with Alex Murdaugh for close to 9 years at PMPED. That's a law firm where Murdaugh worked. She worked with him, and she described her front row seat that she had to some of Alex Murdaugh's alleged corruption that's been detailed throughout this case. She talked about how Murdaugh directed her to mark disbursement fees to his shell company called Forge. And that's really where he kept millions of dollars. We heard that in testimony yesterday. We heard it again from Griswold again today. She said that there were times when she would mark the disbursements to Forge Consulting LLC, which is a legit company, but instead, Alex Murdaugh would say, no, mark it to Forge. And of course, that was his shell account where he hid all of that money. She said that after the boat crash, in particular in 2019, where Paul Murdaugh was driving that boat, the crash killing Mallory Beach, she said that Alex Murdaugh changed, that he was rarely at the law firm, that he was secretive, paranoid, that the door was closed, and that he would always seem tense to her, the relationship changing. She said in early 2021, a couple of months before the murders, she felt like she was being iced out of some of these disbursements that were being made to Forge. She said that she was working from home, so she didn't necessarily she wasn't in the loop necessarily on some of these transactions. And then she described the day of the murders, June the 7th, 2021. We heard about Jeannie Seckinger's confrontation with Alex Murdaugh that day, where she pressed him on $792,000 in missing fees. And basically, Griswold talked about that and said that, of course, after the murders happened, the conversation regarding all of those missing fees, well, they went away. They went away entirely because she said that those at PMPED and those in Alex Murdaugh's inner circle were rallying around him. They were supporting him. All of them, though, scared about what was happening. They were wondering what is going on, who might be possibly targeting the family. So the conversation about the missing fees really took to the back burner. That was, of course, until September of 2021. Griswold describing an incident where she went into Alex Murdaugh's office. This was several months after the murders, and she said that she was looking around a file and she saw a check that floated like a feather that fell onto the desk apparently there. She picked it up and she realized that she had been duped and betrayed by her boss, that her worst fears were confirmed, really, that he was, in fact, stealing money. Take a listen to that soundbite.
I instantly became very upset because it happened to be one of the checks from the Ferris case that didn't exist.
And what did you see on the check that let you know that stuck out in your mind?
It was from Chris Wilson's office. It was written to Richard Alexander Murdaugh, and at the bottom it said Ferris fees. And it was dated March.
So what did you realize at that
point? I said, he's been lying this whole time. He had these funds. He lied to me. Oh, that feeling in the back of my mind was correct. Unfortunately, he did take these funds.
Back out live, one other important component of her testimony, they played that cell phone video from Paul's cell phone on the night of the murders at 8:44 at the dog kennels. Griswold confirming that she heard 3 voices on that video, one of those voices being Alex Murdaugh. Again, that is a video that is crucial to the prosecution in this case, as it busts Alex Murdaugh's alibi. He said he was sleeping at the time, but that video at 8:44 with his voice on it, appearing to confirm that he was at those kennels. Griswold becomes the 4th person under oath from the stand to confirm that his voice is on that recording. That's the very latest from outside of the Colleton County Courthouse here in Walterboro. I'm Greg Adaline. We'll have coverage throughout the day here on WIS. Let's send it back to you, Intisar.
Thanks, Greg. And you can head to WISTV.com for the very latest on the trial. And that's also where we are streaming the trial every day.